The Spider and the Sun, a tale of perseverance *. In ancient times, the world was a shadowy place. The sun had abandoned the earth, leaving behind only darkness and despair. The stars twinkled faintly in the night sky, but their light was not enough to chase away the gloom that enveloped the land. Rivers flowed silently, and animals moved quietly, fearful of the dark. Among the creatures that roamed the earth, there was a small spider named Kwaku. Kwaku was not just any spider, he was known for his exceptional weaving skills. His webs were fine and intricate, sparkling like dewdrops in the light of the moon. Yet, despite his talent, Kwaku felt an emptiness in his heart. The darkness made him long for the warmth of the sun. One evening, as Kwaku sat alone on a branch, he gazed up at the stars, wishing for a world filled with light. What would it be like to see the sun again, he pondered aloud. How wonderful it would be to bask in its warmth and watch the colors of the world come alive. Determined to bring light back to the earth, Kwaku hatched a plan. I will capture the sun, he declared with unwavering confidence. If I can weave a web strong enough to hold it, I will bring it back to our world. Kwaku's decision was met with disbelief among his fellow spiders. They warned him that such a task was impossible. The sun is too powerful for a tiny spider like you, they said. You will fail before you even begin. But Kwaku was undeterred. I may be small, but my spirit is mighty, he replied, his determination shining through. With his mind set on his goal, he embarked on his journey to find the sun. He climbed the tallest tree in the forest, where the branches stretched high into the sky. From the top, Kwaku could see the vast expanse of darkness below, but he also felt the pull of the sun, somewhere far above the clouds. As Kwaku began to weave his web, he encountered his first challenge. A fierce wind howled through the branches, threatening to blow him off course. The spider clung tightly to the tree trunk, his heart racing as the wind whipped around him. You cannot catch the sun, the wind taunted. Turn back while you still can. Kwaku gritted his teeth, refusing to give in. I will not be swayed by your words, he shouted against the gale. I will weave this web, no matter the obstacles. With renewed determination, Kwaku focused on his task, using every ounce of strength he had to anchor his web against the wind's force. Slowly but surely, he began to weave a beautiful pattern, his delicate legs moving with grace and precision. After days of weaving, Kwaku's web began to take shape, but he was exhausted. It was then that he heard a soft hoot from above. Looking up, he saw an old owl perched on a branch, watching him with wise, knowing eyes. What brings you to this height, little spider? The owl inquired. Do you not know that your task is impossible? I am trying to capture the sun, Kwaku replied, panting from his efforts. I want to bring light back to our world. The owl chuckled softly. Many have tried, and many have failed. The sun is not something to be caught, it is meant to shine freely. Kwaku felt a flicker of doubt but quickly shook it off. But if I do not try, the darkness will never end, he insisted. I must believe in my dream. The owl studied Kwaku for a moment before nodding. You are brave, little one. But bravery alone will not be enough. You must learn patience. The sun will not come easily, and your web will take time to grow strong. With that, the owl shared stories of perseverance and patience, teaching Kwaku to appreciate each step of the process. Inspired by the owl's wisdom, Kwaku dedicated himself to weaving his web with care, ensuring every strand was perfectly placed. Days turned into weeks, and Kwaku remained focused on his task, drawing strength from the stories of the owl. As Kwaku continued to weave, he encountered another challenge, a group of curious birds who flitted around his web. They chirped and cawed, mocking his efforts. What do you think you are doing, little spider? They laughed. You will never catch the sun. Kwaku felt his resolve waver as their laughter echoed in his ears. But then he remembered the owl's words and the lessons he had learned. "I am not afraid of your mockery," he declared. "I am weaving a web that will bring light to the world." With that, Kwaku ignored the birds and focused on his weaving. The birds grew frustrated, flapping their wings and trying to disrupt his work. But Kwaku remained steadfast, skillfully dodging their attempts to tear his web apart. One day, while weaving high above the ground, Kwaku noticed a faint glimmer in the distance. He squinted, and to his astonishment, he realized it was the sun, peeking through the clouds. Excitement surged within him as he saw the light that could end the darkness. Determined, Kwaku worked even harder, each strand of his web reflecting his hope and perseverance. He imagined the warmth of the sun on his back and the joy it would bring to the world below. As the web grew larger and stronger, Kwaku faced his final challenge. The clouds above began to thicken, and a storm approached. Dark clouds loomed, and thunder rumbled ominously. The wind picked up once again, threatening to tear apart all that Kwaku had worked for. "You cannot win," the storm roared. "Turn back while you still can." But Kwaku refused to give in. "I will not let you defeat me," he shouted defiantly, his legs moving faster than ever. He worked with all his might, weaving the last strands of his web, anchoring it tightly to the tree. With the storm raging around him, Kwaku finished weaving his web. It was the strongest web he had ever created, shimmering with the promise of light. He took a deep breath, gathering his courage, and called out to the sun. "Great sun, I have captured your light. Come, and let me bring you back to the earth." For a moment, there was silence amidst the storm. Then, a golden beam broke through the clouds, illuminating Kwaku's web with a dazzling light. The sun, curious about the spider's determination, descended closer, drawn to the shimmering web. As the sun approached, Kwaku felt a surge of energy. "I have woven this web to hold you, great sun," he proclaimed. "With your light, I will end the darkness that plagues the earth." The sun, amused by Kwaku's tenacity, spoke in a warm and gentle voice. "Little spider, your perseverance is commendable. But know this, I am not meant to be held captive. Instead, I offer you a choice." "What choice do you give me?" Kwaku asked, his heart racing with anticipation. "You can either have my light for yourself, or you can release me to shine freely across the earth," the sun replied. "Choose wisely, for your decision will shape the world." Kwaku contemplated the sun's words. He thought of the darkness that had gripped the earth for so long and the joy that the sun's light would bring to all creatures. He could capture the light for himself, basking in its warmth, but what good would it do if the world remained in darkness? With newfound clarity, Kwaku declared, "I choose to release you, great Sunday. Let your light shine freely for all creatures to enjoy. The world needs your warmth and brightness more than I need it for myself." The sun beamed down with radiant light, and Kwaku felt a rush of warmth enveloping him. "Your selflessness is admirable, little spider," the sun said, its voice filled with gratitude. "Because of your choice, I will bless you and the earth." With that, the sun broke free from the web, casting its brilliant light across the landscape. As dawn broke, the world transformed. Colors burst forth as flowers bloomed, trees swayed in the gentle breeze, and creatures emerged from their hiding places, rejoicing in the warmth of the sun. Kwaku felt a sense of fulfillment wash over him. He had faced countless challenges and persevered against all odds, but in the end, it was his selflessness that had brought light back to the world. The animals of the forest gathered to celebrate the return of the sun. They sang and danced, their hearts filled with joy. Kwaku stood among them, a humble spider with a heart full of pride. He had not only woven a web but had also woven a bond between himself and all creatures. As the celebrations continued, Kwaku shared his story with others, teaching them about perseverance, selflessness, and the importance of working together. From that day forward, the world flourished under the sun's warm embrace, and Kwaku was revered as a hero. Years passed, and the story of Kwaku the spider became a cherished folktale passed down through generations. Children gathered around fires, listening to tales of the brave spider who captured the sun, and they were inspired by his spirit of perseverance. In time, Kwaku's legacy lived on in the hearts of all creatures. The world may have been born from darkness, but it thrived under the light, a testament to the power of one small spider's determination to make a difference. And so, in a world filled with brightness and warmth, the tale of Kwaku the spider and his journey to bring light to the earth remained a symbol of hope and resilience for generations to come. For when faced with darkness, it is the strength of one's spirit and the willingness to persevere that can light the way. To your opinion, what is the moral lesson you pick from this folktale? Please comment in the comment section below. And please subscribe for more and share.